welcome back to Love by Design. I am Joan, and if this is your first time here, welcome. You've just walked into the most sacred conversation about love, one that honors your energetic blueprint. So last week we opened the gates to the love gates, and we started off with gate 10, learning the difference between the transcendent and the mundane, gate 10. Today we're going to be diving into gate 44. And this one hits different for me because I have this gate. And so I'm not just speaking about it from someone who understands it intellectually, but as someone who has had to learn, heal, and then integrate it into my life. Gate 44 is probably the reason why you keep attracting the same person in different bodies. It's why you're drawn to those familiar patterns even when they don't serve you. It's the gate that holds your ancestral memory of love, both the gifts and the wounds, like we've been talking about. And it's one of the gates that really reveals one of love's most painful illusions, and that is that love must be earned through what you provide. So if you've ever felt like you've had to prove your worth in relationships or found yourself giving and giving and giving and giving until there's nothing left, well, this episode is your homecoming because I've been there too. So let's talk a little bit about gate 44. Well, it lives in the spleen. So this is your body's immune system, your intuitive knowing, your ancient wisdom about what's healthy and what is not. It's a very complex gate if you ask me. It operates through the theme of talent and success as the foundation of love. So at its core, it would say something like, I'm drawn to create success with someone. Love thrives when we succeed together. Ooh, how did that make you feel? I just got goosebumps because honestly, that is one of my definitions of what love is. So like we've been discussing, there's always the shadow expression and the authentic expression. So we'll touch on the authentic expression first, which is the gift. So when you're operating in alignment in the gift of gate 44, it creates this beautiful partnership that's built on mutual talent recognition and shared achievement. So this is when you would say something like, I see your gifts, you see mine, and together we create prosperity that neither of us could achieve alone. This is, and again, remember, I have this gate. So this is that person who constantly seeks partners who they can build something meaningful together. I can't tell you how many businesses, ideas I've tried to do with my partners. Some successfully, some not quite. So whether it's a business or building a family together, or maybe just handling a project, or maybe even just sharing a life of abundance, you are always wanting to build something meaningful with a person. And it also includes success. It also includes money. I know that money doesn't buy you love, but what this gate knows is that financial security removes pressures that can strain a bond. And so this is a very, very tribal energy at its finest. It's a let's just build this and be successful together. So that's the aligned gift expression, which is a beautiful thing. So now let's talk about the shadow expression of this gate. As with every single gate, there's always the shadow, which is the lower vibration, and then the gift, which is the higher aligned vibration. So in the shadow, this gate is what I call earned love. This is the belief that love must be purchased through what you provide, what you achieve, or what you bring to the table. I can speak about this because I've lived this. Because when this gate is distorted, you don't want to love someone unless there's success. So I only love you when we're succeeding. If you're not providing, if you're not contributing, we have a problem. And for me, it really affected a lot of my relationships because I just couldn't see the person outside of helping me create the life that I wanted. If you weren't ambitious enough, if we didn't have the same worldviews, especially when it comes to success, we're not really a match. But the problem here is when you make success the foundation of love, then it's just transactional. Love becomes conditional, and conditional love always feels hollow, even when you're winning. So in its shadow expression, this might look like someone staying in relationships primarily for financial security of status because it's important to you. You feel it in your bones. I felt it. Or it could look something like feeling your worth tied to what you can achieve together. So you're constantly striving to build something together. It also means loving someone for their potential rather than for who they are right now. That was me in my younger years, where I would always see their possible potential and just go with it. And then when they're not able to meet that expectation, I'm out. This also looks like withdrawing love when external success wanes. So maybe you get with somebody and they're all good, and then something hits, because life will always throw us curveballs, and all of a sudden you start falling out of love because now the success is going or it's gone. And the final piece is believing that love without material success isn't real love. If we cannot have an abundant life, what are we doing? I know that. Very familiar. So this energy says, I couldn't be a success without you, which maybe it sounds romantic, but it's actually a prison. It keeps you in prison thinking that love always equates material success. We're talking about material success now. So let's talk a little bit about the ancestral pattern of this gate. And this is what makes this gate 44 so compelling. It carries a very, very deep primal fear, the fear of the past. This gate holds the recognition that tribes disappear, bloodlines end, communities collapse, and they collapse when they lose their talent for success. So your immune system is saying, we must thrive together or we will perish separately. And the truth is, this isn't just shallow materialism. This is survival wisdom. This is the understanding that love without a practical foundation to sustain itself becomes fragile. How many relationships have crumbled because of financial constraint? So this gate carries that energy. And if you don't pay attention, you will fall victim to it. You will be in the shadow expression, and you will not be able to have a fulfilling, aligned love without that success or talent showing up. You would equate your love for the person with that. So as with always, the truth is most of us are in our not self, because the world is in its not self. So we usually default to the shadow version of these gates. So one of the things I want to be sharing on this podcast is how you can start to integrate the gift, the aligned version of the gate into your life, because it's who you are. So you just need to flip it so that you're not distorting what the gate is and you're living in the full expression of the gate. So what I want you to do is distinguish between love enhanced by success and love dependent on success. Ask yourself that question. Which one am I defaulting to? Which one is driving the decisions I make about my partner or who I'm dating or how I choose who I'm going to date? If you find yourself ever thinking in a relationship, "Ooh, I'm doing all this for you, so you better love me," then it means that you're still in the shadow of this. When this gate is in the gift form, you can easily say, it is because of you that I find success. And this comes without dependency, without resentment. It's just who you are. It's just a celebration of what this love has done for you. So you're celebrating that you want to find success with this person, through this person, not because I'm with you, we must be successful or else I don't love you. So the question I have for you today is, where do you confuse love with achievement in your relationships? Okay, as I'm asking this, I'm thinking of 1,000 different answers, but that was in my past. Another question is, what would it feel like to be loved during times of struggle, not just success? Because most of the times in the shadow, that's what we do to the other person. And then 3, how can you appreciate someone's gifts without making them responsible for your prosperity? If you love me, you will provide. If you love me, you will be ambitious. You will want more out of life. Ask yourself, how can you appreciate them without making them responsible for your prosperity? And then I want you to notice when you've attracted someone's potential rather than their presence, where you're looking at them for what they might be able to bring into your life, how they're going to provide, how successful they're going to be. And ask yourself if you would still love this person if they never achieved anything remarkable together. Whew. So as with all the love gates, whether you have it or not, we are going to experience it, because we all feel the influences of all of these love gates. So whether it's in your chart defined, activated or not, you're still going to feel it. So I want you to practice receiving without giving immediately. Practice accepting someone's attention or affection without trying to look for their potential or how successful they are. I want you to know that people are valuable just by their presence and not by what it is that they bring into your life. Whew. When you understand this gate, trust me, you will appreciate building something meaningful with someone without making the building the foundation of your blood. That is the beauty of this gate. I love this gate so much. When you lean into it, you are able to build with the right partner. When you stay in the shadow, you're not able to see anything outside of it. So that's the gate 44. So let me know. Comment, respond, send me a message. Do you have this gate, and how has it shown up in your past? Whether it's striving to be a successful person, judging people with what they have, what they've achieved or not, or just choosing people based on some potential that you see in them, and how did it pan out? Because we all want to grow from this. We want to be better. We want to be our authentic selves so that we can attract the right aligned partners for us. So next week, we're going to be diving into gate 40, my second gate. And we're going to be seeing how that shows up in life and how we can all learn, unlearn, heal, and grow from our true, authentic expressions of the love gates. If you love today's episode, don't forget to share it with someone and let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. And again, don't forget, we're not living or loving by default. We are living and loving by our design. Until next time, keep the faith and know that your aligned partner is all out there. And through this work, you will attract that which is designed for you. See you next time. This is Joan, Love by Design.